Those poor forgotten sailors. Thank you very much. Appreciated my albums out at the end of the week. £69.99 plus monthly. Hey, you beautiful Buccaneers, Falcore here. So the update has been out for a while now, and there has been a few hotfixes fixing various amounts of bugs, but I have noticed something that has become somewhat of a trend lately, and I thought I'd talk on the subject. So as we all know, portals were added to the game recently to help us pirates travel from the main game world and into a Tall Tale event. However, they have also come with a very useful feature. When going into any of these new Tall Tales, upon exit into the real world simply by cancelling the quest on the table, you are able to spawn into a fresh server with different players and different world events. Now, although you cannot take loot with you through these portals, you can take resources, and you can also take your emissary flag with you, which is very useful for Reapers. Well, at least the Reapers who are actually Reapers and don't just stack Fall to the Damned and run away at the slightest sign of danger. A Reaper level 5 can emerge from these portals and be presented with a whole new set of targets on the map for them to hunt. And in the same light, an Athena vessel could use these portals to travel between dimensions in search for a Force of Fortune. Or you could merely use these portals to escape an enemy crew that will simply never give up no matter how much you sink them. But why use the portals when you can just quit and join a new server? As explained before, with this method you can hop to a fresh server and keep your emissary flag intact, and you can also keep all those precious resources intact too. As a Reaper, this essentially allows you to play the faction as intended, hunting other emissary ships for flags, which in my opinion should have been the only way Reapers could make money and level up, but that's a subject for a whole new video. One of the biggest letdowns about being Reaper level 5 is looking at the map table and seeing no other emissary players on the server. Being level 5 was essentially a big waste of time, and the only benefit you get is increased reward for PvE encounters. And PvE encounters is not what the Reaper faction is all about. So being able to merge to new servers to find new targets is an amazing thing. Now, I know there are a few people out there who consider this server merging method an exploit or it's not allowed, and I see a lot of opinionated people in YouTube comments and Twitch streams who scream bloody murder because the content creator is using them. But Rare has put out a statement about this new method that clearly states, "Following the launch, we have been closely monitoring how players have been using the tunnels of the damned in ways outside of their primary function, such as to seek out new emergent threats, to find new foes, to challenge or simply refresh their server experience. We want to clarify that for now we consider all scenarios mentioned above as legitimate uses of the tunnels of the damned." So you, the guy screaming in people's chats that this isn't fair, you are a Sea of Thieves partner, stop using exploits.
You need to shut the up.
They have also stated, however, that they are closely monitoring the outcome of how they are used and how it affects the gameplay across the game worlds. And although I believe the portals to be a great way to server merge, I do agree that in the future some things need to change. At present, the server merging using the portals is entirely free, and you can do it whenever you want, and all it takes is a little time. Now, I'm no expert, but I also think that booting up the server space for a new Tall Tale location and then purposely quitting to server merge cannot be very healthy for the overall stability of the servers. So for starters, I think there should be a specific quest put in place purely for a server merge. The portal opens, you go through, and boom, you're in a new server. Secondly, having a quest such as this would be the perfect idea for a money sink. Let's say that each faction offers a quest once you reach level 5 emissary that opens a portal to merge to a new server. This quest costs a large amount of money, let's say 20 to 40,000 gold. Once this quest is put down on your quest table, the closest portal opens and you can sail through and merge into a new server. Now, this idea is good for two reasons. Firstly, in order to receive a server merge quest, you need to be level 5 in any chosen faction. That means that the emissary system now has a new perk, which would encourage people to fly the emissary flag more often, and of course have more loot on board as they grind to level 5, which means more server-wide economy, more world events being tackled, and far less mouthy bobbleheads. It also means that with more people hopping around into new servers, instead of the game merging people organically, you're more likely to spawn into a very active server, so it not only helps the game's economy, but also helps the game's activity. There are a fair few arguments about server merging this way, such as having an unfair amount of resources compared to the other ships on the server, but in my opinion this is a futile argument, as there will always be a handful of ships on the server that are already stacked to the brim with resources, whilst you're grabbing your bananas from the barrel ready to play. Or that is not fair because this Reaper level 5 can merge into our server that was peaceful beforehand. But again, that can and will happen anyway with organic server merging. If you're a Reaper level 5 and you go around sinking everyone, those players will likely quit, and then you, the Reaper ship, get server merged into a fresh server. So it makes no difference, so both of these arguments are completely futile. Personally, I think giving the players control over how or when they merge not only brings a great organic feel to the game as a whole, but also, if done right, can create a great money sink and a huge boost to each server's economy and activity. What do you think about using portals to merge to new servers? Please leave your comments and suggestions down below.